think because when I started my YouTube channel, it was just for my learning purpose. I didn't decide to
I
become a
remember that
YouTuber.
time because how I remember at that time, even I was a trainer at platform where you started learning.
Okay.
Yes, and
Hmm.
I remember that Rajni with this length hair, right?
YouTube has changed my financial things a lot, I feel. And it's a really a big support and gave me and helped me to connect to millions.
When we act as a trainer, when we are trainers,
Hmm.
people look up to us with a lot of hope, right?
True.
They think
Hmm.
that once they'll get in touch with us, their life will be entirely changed, right?
Hmm.
And not just their fluency, not just their communication and soft skills, but their life.
Hmm.
That's how they
Hmm.
treat, right? And of course, it's a huge responsibility that immediately falls on your shoulders.
No, like and the way you talk is really different. I never come across somebody talking like you. Very poised, very calm, and with hand gesture you are able to speak. This is what I admire the most in you. And I watched few videos and the way you your voice modulation with the expression that is quite unique in you. And I think with this profession and doing for some years, I think because of that, because of this experience, you inculcated that in you, right?
Absolutely. And this really mean a lot to me. This certainly has given me another boost, words of wisdom, I find it.
Month after 2 months, 3 months, they want amazing, extraordinary results. That's not possible. It's been
Hmm.
more than 3 years. I still feel I'm lacking. I still feel there is a lot of room for improvement. But how people can expect, extraordinary result in just 2 or 3 months?
All right. Good afternoon, Rajni. Welcome to English with
Good
me.
afternoon. Yeah, thank you so much.
I hope you are having a good day, a good morning.
Yes, it's the day has been really prolific. I did my sessions. I'm connected to some new people today. Yeah.
That's great. And first of all, this is a much awaited session, I must say, but never knew it is going to be so impromptu. So let's see how it unfolds. And I just hope it is going to turn out something productive and interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited for the conversation and I've been waiting since morning.
All right, that's wonderful. So without further ado, let me quickly inform you or outline what exactly are we going to do in this session, right? So it is going to be more of an impromptu session where we'll be having a quick revisit to this entire year, that is
Mhm.
2025, since we are almost at the borderline, right? It is just a heartbeat away. And so we'll be having some discussion about it, of course, about you, about your journey, little bit conversation. You can ask similar questions from me. So that's how it is
Mhm.
going to be.
Yeah, okay,
All
fine.
right. So let's get started. First of all, Rajni, I want you to give a brief introduction of yourself so that, of course, people and I can know a little bit about.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much for inviting me, and I'm really glad to be here today. I have watched a few of your videos with other YouTubers, and I thought that someday I'll definitely have a conversation with you. So, thank you so much. And as you know, my name is Rajni. I'm from Rajasthan. I have done my graduation in Korean language. If I talk about my current time, I'm just a full-time YouTuber. And when it comes to my hobbies, I think it's quite evident that I love reading books. Yeah, that's pretty short about me.
Okay. Wonderful. Glad to know about you. And you're from Rajasthan, right?
Yes.
Okay. What about the weather, Rajni? How is the weather as of
It's
now?
it's cold here. Really cold, freezing cold, I would say, because I live in a village and it is surrounded by field. A lot of water is there in the field, so that is why. Compared to city, even villages are more like
Yes,
freezing cold here. Hmm.
absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so Rajni, as informed, as mentioned already, this session is going to be more about your year, a quick flashback, a revisit to this year. So, are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, first of all, tell me, did you even get a time, or did you just sit and just ponder upon or revisit this entire year? Did you even think about it? How was this year for you, or not? Not so far.
I think I do it very often. Every month I do it, yes.
Okay, all right. So let's do it before this year ends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to start with it, Rajni, if I ask you to describe this year, that is 2025, of course, it came up with its fair share of struggles, with its share of joy and achievements. Everything was there. But if I ask you to describe this year in one line or maybe in short, how would you describe
Prolific
it?
was great.
Okay.
It was
All
really
right.
great.
All right. So, of course, since you gave this word to it, prolific, great, I would ask you, of course, in the next question to describe it. And I want you to talk about those defining moments, the time, the patch of this year that was really prolific for you. Could you please share why
Mm.
this year was prolific for you?
First, if I talk about my career, as it is super interesting question, I would say in 2024, November 2024, like on 20th November 2024, I cut the cake for 50K subscribers. And then November, December, and since January, it's like going great. Throughout the entire year, I launched a lot of videos. I talked to many people from diverse background and people who are from India but living in different countries. They also connected to me and shared all these the great things that they learned from my videos and the motivation they got. Or many people started their journey again by watching my videos, and the way other people were brought the content here and they started their journey through that. It was inspiring, and it was inspiring for me too. It helped me to maintain my consistency, and throughout the year I was motivated. I would say I started doing podcast, and I was invited by someone that I went to Delhi and had a podcast with Visionary Box. That is the channel name. With them first, and then I launched my own podcast, and I had so far I only connected to two people only, but I started the journey. That's I wanted to. That was the third thing. Fourth, for so long I was thinking that I would start reading fiction, and this year itself I started only have read one. So in 2026, this is my now another, I would say, purpose, like aim to read fiction a lot. So that is the next, I would say. And apart from this, I'm now going to start a new YouTube channel. This is still pending, but
Okay.
I already started my writing
Hmm.
challenge.
Hmm.
So for 7 days,
Hmm.
and then I'll take for 21 days. So writing is next that I want to do for upgrading myself to achieve the next advanced level in spoken English. So I think many things. Yeah. So
Okay.
this is how it was.
There's a lot on your plate, it seems.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And as you specifically mentioned about the date and the time, it was November 2024 and you hit 50K. That's a great, great achievement. It's a big milestone. And after that, it has been uh, a journey of growth, as you mentioned,
Yeah.
right? So, what do
Mm.
you think, Rajni? What were those factors, or what was that push behind this growth?
There I am not quite sure, because YouTube is something that it is unpredictable. We cannot anticipate what next is going to happen and why something happened. And if somebody is putting a lot of effort and working every single day, like through day and outs, but still not able to any see any improvement. Or even I know that, well, many people are very good at editing, so they are editing their videos, and some are very great at spoken English. Like, I am just a learner, but many people I know are trainers. They have YouTube channels, but they are not growing. So I cannot certainly say that what exactly was behind it and what worked.
Hmm.
I would
Okay.
say just thanking to the universe always, whatever I have, and just focused on myself. I wasn't obsessed with anything, because when I started my YouTube channel, it was just for my learning purpose. I didn't decide to
I
become a
remember that
YouTuber.
time because how I remember at that time, even I was a trainer at the platform where you started learning.
Okay.
Yes, and
Hmm.
I remember that Rajni with this length hair, right?
Hmm.
And you looked little bit different, not much, and you had few sessions. At that time, even Ashutosh was there. So
Hmm.
my first ever YouTube presence was just because of Ashutosh. Means I didn't have my channel back then. He was a learner. He had the session, and just because of that, I was able to see myself on this platform. One fine day, I just randomly came across my video and I saw, okay, Ashutosh uploaded it. So I used to see you guys and I used to admire your dedication, the patience you had. And I noticed one thing, you were a keen learner since the beginning,
Hmm.
right? You focused on those intricacies, those details. I remember your session with Sarika ma'am, if I'm not wrong. Do you
Yeah,
remember?
I had
Right?
questions. Yes.
And at that
Hmm.
time, you asked some amazing questions. I really admired that. So that
Okay,
is
thank
how
you.
I have this. I can't say fragments, it's a vivid memory. So I do
Hmm.
remember that. And of course, now I'm seeing you right here. It's been a commendable growth that I have
Hmm.
personally witnessed, right? So it feels great seeing someone like this, right? The journey has been great. The journey has been thriving for you. And what
Hmm.
else do we need in life? Just a consistent effort. And if we are getting good returns, be it any kind of return, it can be a
Hmm.
satisfaction, it can be in the form of learnings, it can be a monetary return, anything.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
that's what I have witnessed. All right. So
Thank you
Rajni,
so much. It really means a lot that somebody has witnessed since the start.
hmm, because at that time we had handful of we can say learners or maybe creators, right?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
we couldn't see many. And I have never been a YouTube person, Rajni, to be honest. I was never a YouTube person. And somehow, just because I got to know that these videos will be uploaded, so I just out of curiosity, I used to go and check how it is. And that's how I
Hmm.
came across these handful of people. And yeah, later I watched a couple of videos and liked it. Yeah.
So it means Ashutosh was an angel in your journey
Mm,
of coming on YouTube.
I can say for the present, like I saw myself here on on this channel because of Ashutosh, because he collaborated with that platform, right?
Hmm.
Collaborated or as a learner, I'm not sure, but he joined. But if I talk about this YouTube journey of mine, there's a whole different story how this began. And even here, I mentioned when I had session with Ashutosh for the first time, I mentioned that Ashutosh, I owe a lot to you, and I even wanted to start this my journey with you because at that time you're the first person. So that discussion happened when we had this session together. Yeah, we can see.
Hmm.
Definitely, I would like to say that he was someone because of him I appeared here. Okay. And Rajni, of course, since you talked about this year, I believe was a roller coaster in general because a lot of,
Hmm.
we can say, natural calamities and human disasters happened, right? So it came with
Hmm.
its fair share of struggles as well. If I talk
Hmm.
about your time, right,
Hmm.
was there any point, uh, Rajni, am I audible?
You are audible, but I think I am facing a problem.
Okay, please check.
Yeah, my video got stuck.
Yes, is it okay?
You tell me, is it okay now or still stuck? I think it's still
It's a
stuck.
bit frozen. You just switch it off and switch on. Yeah, it's better. So, is it
Yeah,
okay?
I think it's fine. Yeah.
So let's talk about
Hmm.
the part that you literally find was a bit hard for you. Was there any patch
Hmm.
during this year when it was a little bit hard for you?
Uh, Not anything significant, but I would say I was planning to start teaching offline. And for the last 2 months, I kept thinking about it, but then I didn't find it like I'm ready. So I met a few people online and then offline too. I discussed and even I finalized the plays, everything. But at the last moment, I said, no, I'm not ready. So it's like my inner intuition said that I still need to work on myself as a trainer. Though, like, you can start with beginners, but still. And there was a little another thing too, which I cannot share on this platform. But yes, so that was a something that I felt a little hard for me, which I'll maybe work in next year on myself. Then I'll think of it. And physically, a little bit health issues I felt, and still in my right ear, I feel a little problem because of I think constant use of earphones and then a little bit the cold and also that is the
Okay, I wish you speedier recovery, Rajni.
thank you.
And this one question, as you talked about this teaching part, right? You have
Mhm.
been in this space for a long now, right?
Yeah.
We can count 5 years.
No, it's just more than three, not even complete four.
Okay, three years, right?
Mm.
And I just want to understand here, as you mentioned that I didn't get that inner voice, or my conscience didn't permit me as a
Mm.
trainer, right?
Mm.
Is this is something that I would really like to appreciate. I want to admire. Reason is, when we act as a trainer, when we are trainers,
Mm.
people look up to us with a lot of hope, right?
True.
They think
Mm.
that once they'll get in touch with us, their life will be entirely changed, right?
Mm.
And not just their fluency, not just their communication and soft skills, but their life.
Mm.
That's how they
Mm.
treat, right? And of course, it's a huge responsibility that immediately falls on your shoulders, right? And as you talked about that, I didn't find myself perfectly ready for it. That means
Mhm.
you literally analyzed yourself and you refrained from acting in a manner that could have been little bit not harmful, but not as great as you might have expected, right? But we find, you might have seen, in fact, I get to know this from my students only, okay,
Mhm.
that there are many learners, in fact, we can say maybe intermediate level learners, they are into teaching, they are trainers now. So what do you
Mhm.
think, what is your opinion here, like, we should start this journey of training and teaching while being learners at this level, of this level, or we should just wait for the right time where we can not think of perfection but at least attain a level that is, we can say, compatible enough to train people. So we should wait for that moment, or we should just start. Like we see many people, they start while they learn. They start teaching as well.
Mhm.
So what do you think?
It's really very thought provoking question, I would say, and needs a lot of deep thinking. I feel that there are different ways of doing it. Like if a person is intermediate, they should start at a smaller level to see if they are able to teach, because teaching is just not about having great knowledge. Teaching altogether is a different thing to handle all the students and pay attention to each one of them. A lot I know that are like teachers already are even qualified teachers. They are very good at teaching, but not themselves. They are not able to even communicate well, but they can teach, still they can teach, they have this ability because they are trained in the way that how to handle queries, how to solve their problems, doubts. So I feel that it differs if the person is able to teach, like if the person knows a little, the person, and at the same time a person knows that how to teach, how to deliver, the person can, I feel that, because Learning is something that goes side by side. In my case, if I talk, when I started, I was not very well versed, of course. I was even then beginner. But one day I had a session with a trainer over Clappingo, and that trainer asked me to join Clappingo as a trainer. I said, no, I'm not ready. I'm not that. I'm just a beginner. And he said, like, no, you are really good and all these things. And then I didn't even pay attention to this thing because I knew that I was a beginner. I was just taking sessions there. So I uploaded that, and from there itself, student came to me. And I said them that I never taught. I don't have experience. I haven't done this thing. But they believed in me. They were like, ma'am, we know that you would be able to. We want to learn from you. So then I think they helped me. The students helped me to learn, because when it comes to teaching, you would become more responsible automatically, because you know that you are going to teach today or you are going to have a session with these students. You would prepare those things on your own first, and then you will go and take the session. So I think it goes hand in hand, but depends. Some people try to have the perfection first and then go, but I don't feel so, that because with teaching we learn a lot from students. That's my personal experience.
Definitely, definitely. And all right. And of course, even I expected this answer when I came
Mhm.
up with this question. And I believe this is an entire journey where we 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 become learners for life. Not just
Hmm.
teachers, we simultaneously become
Yeah.
learners for life. All right. So now, Rajni, I'll be asking some short questions right before we wrap
Hmm.
up this session. So, as I already asked about this year, now I want you
Hmm.
to just look back, have a quick flashback, and
Hmm.
describe your content creation or YouTube journey in short, maybe in a line.
Okay. In It was not different at all. Like in 2025, it was quite similar, except
No, your entire
my
journey
podcast.
since the
Entire
beginning.
journey since the beginning. So just I didn't get it exactly how to describe it in just one line.
In
Uh,
short, okay. In short.
In short, I would say I feel grateful towards it that it accidentally happened to me. I didn't plan it. So I feel
Hmm.
that it was something like killing two birds with one stone. I came here to just improve myself, but I became a YouTuber too. So
Oh,
that I can
that's
say.
amazing. That's great. And okay, next, if I ask you, how has this YouTube changed you as a person?
YouTube changed me as a person.
Being
No,
a
nothing.
YouTuber. Yeah.
No, being a YouTuber, it didn't change me. I think the change I have, personality wise, thought process wise, perspective towards things, came from these books. I feel that all credit goes to these books. That when I read others' perspective on life and different struggles and different challenges and things and growing all. But yes, YouTube has changed my financial things a lot, I feel. And it's a really a big support, and gave me and helped me to connect to millions. And I didn't assume that that would happen sometime. But
Oh,
as a person, nothing I would say.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
And of course, I am a budding content creator. And what's that one harsh reality that people they don't know about content creation and what's that one thing?
Harsh reality. I think that is, no matter how hard you try, some people have their own opinion and perspective, and you would never be able to change them. So you should always be positive and do what you like without, it should not be harming anyone. But you cannot take anybody's comment seriously.
Mhm. Okay. So
It's
Rajni,
inevitable that easily get affected. People get affected. Yeah.
absolutely. Not just us, even celebrities, even philosophers, they get affected, right? We are just commoners.
Yeah.
So I think there's another harsh reality, Rajni. People really think that, okay, their job is super easy. They might be making good lot of money from YouTube, right? And
Hmm.
Rajni just comes, she sits and she speaks and she might be earning money. Same, Vinny, for me also, people have similar perspective. But don't you think
Hmm.
there's a lot that goes behind? That is the real
Yeah, there
struggle.
is.
That is the
Yes.
harsh reality.
Every day in the morning, I study 3 hours in the morning and then I do all the stuff, all the things. It's not just like what you see outside. No. Yeah.
But see, that's how the perception is. That
Hmm.
they just come make video for even when we were just and we were as of now also we are in that audience where we watch those famous YouTubers and we feel like wow, they're just making one video and making a lot of money, right?
Hmm.
And they're filthy, but it's not just that. It takes a lot,
Yeah. A
right? It
lot,
takes an
yes.
entire village, not an entire village but a lot
Hmm.
of effort, I believe,
Yes, it takes. Yeah.
right? So that's, I think, the harsh reality that people often, how can they see, right? Because they can only see
Hmm.
us in this short video,
Yeah.
right? So this is one thing. All right. Also, Rajni, what is your plan for 2026? In short,
Neuroscience, fiction, writing, three things.
that's
Very
great.
short, I would say.
What?
But
Sorry?
yeah, I was very short, I think, but I keep thinking of my entire week and the next week, so already have plans.
That's wonderful. And what is that one advice for learners? One advice.
Have patience. Have
Hmm.
patience. Very much essential, I think, and people take it very lightly, very lightly.
Hmm.
After a month, after 2 months, 3 months, they want amazing, extraordinary results. That's not possible. It's been
Hmm.
more than 3 years. I still feel I'm lacking. I still feel there is a lot of room for improvement. But how people can expect, extraordinary result in just 2 or 3 months? It's annoying.
Yeah, it is. And I get to face such things every day, right?
Mm.
So I want to just pass this message to my learners. Have patience. And one more
Yeah.
advice for me, a budding content creator, what advice would you like to give?
Explore different genres, upgrade yourself, and maintain consistency.
All right, of course.
Upgrade
And
means according to the generation. Like now, Gen Z is what they want to see. According to
hmm,
them, we have to upgrade. That's what I mean.
true, true. Now it's your turn, Rajni. You can ask a couple of questions.
Mhm.
I found that you didn't ask anything. So if you have something, you can ask. I would love to
In
answer.
particular, I don't have anything I didn't think of properly, and I thought that I'll watch some of your videos later and then I'll prepare some questions that we can have in another session.
Hmm,
But I was just excited to talk to you today, and it was really lovely talking and lovely discussion with you. I got to know
absolutely.
and the way you talk is really different. I never come across somebody talking like you, very poised, very calm, and with hand gesture you are able to speak. This is what I admire the most in you. And I watched few videos with Ashutosh itself,
Hmm,
and the way you your voice modulation with the expression that is quite unique in you. And I think with this profession and doing for some years, I don't know how long have you been working. I think because of that, because of this experience, you inculcated that in, right?
absolutely. And this really mean a lot to me. This certainly has given me another boost, another, we can say, a words of wisdom. I find it because I just need it. If I get these simple words, no, it means a lot to me. I'm happy like that. So because as
Just
a trainer,
one
what else?
last thing.
Hmm.
Hmm. What are
Yeah,
your plans for 2026?
2026. There are some goals related to personal life, right? And professionally, I just want to evolve. This year was highly transformative for me, Rajni, and new doors opened. I got to meet some amazing people. They actually helped me evolve, right?
Mm.
So this year, that is 2026, I just want to see myself somewhere. Somewhere means, of course, it is planned, as you talked about offline. So this year, it's going to be offline more.
Mm.
And I just want to come up with some content that's highly helpful and meaningful for learners. So that's the plan. And I just hope this year turns out to be blissful for everyone, right?
Yeah, I hope the same and all the
Yeah.
very best
Yes.
wishes for everything.
Yes.
And you would
So
be able to. You are already doing great.
let's hope for the best. Thank you so much for your kind words and best wishes. And I just hope to see you very, very soon.
Yeah, yeah, sure. We will
Right?
definitely connect soon.
Yes.
Thank you and have a
Thank you.
lovely weekend ahead.
Thank you so much, Rajni. Hope to see you very
Yeah,
soon. Have a great
yeah, sure.
weekend. Thanks a lot.
Bye bye. Yeah, you're welcome.